Ever wondered what happens when alternative facts meet reality? Let's find out.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald f***.
Please subscribe.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County.
Right, today we're diving into one of CC's older videos where he shares some, let's call them unconventional perspectives on things like space, the speed of light, and even geological formations. So, young Christopher, what are you claiming this time? Oh yeah, and I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I promise you I will not raise my voice. I won't lose my cool. I am just gonna calmly explain to CC why he's wrong. You think I can do it?
Not a chance.
Well, we're waiting.
It's July 12th, 2019. Today's Friday, and I'd like to give you a couple things to think about. And this is for whomever believes in space.
Okay, for those who believe in space, I can deal with that. See, the thing is, Chris, it's not really about believing in space, it's about understanding the evidence that points to its I can't speak today. Calm. Stay calm. The thing is, Chris, it's not really about believing in space. It's not the Tooth Fairy. It's about understanding the evidence that points to its existence. We're talking about direct observations, mathematical models, and physical laws that consistently describe a universe far beyond our atmosphere. It's less of a leap of faith and more a mountain of data.
Scientism wants you to believe that space does exist, and it's this enormous universe. However, I come to the conclusion that scientists are complete bullshitters.
It's interesting to me how he always frames it as scientism wants you to believe. Now, in reality, science isn't about belief. It's about evidence, observation, and testable hypotheses.
Science. What is it all about?
And when scientists talk about the vastness of the universe, they're not asking for blind faith. They're presenting findings derived from telescopes, probes, mathematical models, and the consistent application of physics that has been proven time and time again to be correct.
Because if you think about it, guys, since we don't... Well, okay, let's just look at it this way. Time. Time can't be measured in space. That's what the scientists say. It can't be measured in space. Okay, all right. So let's take a look at that statement.
What scientists actually say about time and space is far more interesting than just it can't be measured. We're talking about relativity here. Einstein's theories predict and observations confirm that time passes differently depending on your speed and the gravitational field you're in. It's called time dilation. For example, astronauts on the International Space Station traveling at thousands of miles per hour experience time slightly slower than we do here on Earth.
And let's take a look at, well, then how are they measuring the year or how old these galaxies are and that are so far away? Oh, well, because of light. Light. You know, they're 50 trillion light years away. Okay.
When we talk about light years, you've got to remember that a light year is a unit of distance, not time. It's the distance light travels in one Earth year. It's like saying how many car hours away Paris is. You're using time to describe distance, but it's still a measure of distance. So the idea that time can't be measured in space somehow invalidates a distance measurement using light years is a fundamental misunderstanding of what a light year is.
All right, sorry about that.
All right, Chris, we're used to it.
So they look at the galaxy and they say it's 50 trillion light years away. Okay. So yeah, they could measure how old this galaxy is. Maybe it's not 50 trillion. Let's say it's 50 billion light years away. Okay. Easier number to work with. You know, trillion might be a little bit too much. Let's work with billion. 50 billion light years away. So that's how they estimate the age of the galaxy.
Now, I don't want to just dismiss what you've said because I'm trying to be good. But I don't think it's quite as simple, pal. Again, a light year is a unit of distance. When we say a galaxy is 50 billion light years away, million, not billion, my apologies. If such a distance were accurate for a single galaxy, which is far beyond the observable universe for an individual galaxy, what we're actually saying is that the light we're observing from that galaxy took 50 billion years to reach our eyes. Again, I meant million. And this is the crucial part. If the light took 50 billion years to reach us, then what we are seeing is how that galaxy looked 50 billion years ago. No, 50 million, not billion. We are literally looking into the past. So the distance tells us about the age of the light we're receiving and by extension the age of the universe when that light was emitted.
Now that's funny, because we don't know how fast light travels. There's absolutely no way of measuring how fast light travels, but the scientists will let you know that at 7.5 times around the world in 1 second, and it's 186,000 miles per second.
Okay, so he's directly contradicting himself here. He said we don't know how fast light travels and there's absolutely no way of measuring how fast light travels. And then in the very next breath he says, but the scientists won't let you know that it's 7.5 times around the world in 1 second and it's 186,000 miles per second. Chris, you've just quoted the speed of light. Those numbers, roughly 186... Oh dear, this being nice is taking its toll on me. Those numbers, roughly 186,000 miles per second, or precisely 299,792,458 meters per second, aren't just plucked out of thin air. They are the result of centuries of increasingly precise measurements.
How do they come up with that number?
Great question, and this is where we can really illustrate the ingenuity of science over the centuries. Now, the speed of light wasn't just pulled from thin air. Its precise value is a result of centuries of scientific ingenuity, beginning with Ola Roma's 17th century astronomical observations of Jupiter's moon, which first proved that light had finite speed, and this was followed by 19th century terrestrial experiments by Fizeau, Foucault and Michelson, who used rotating mirrors and precisely measured distances to refine the number significantly in laboratories. And today, with the advent of lasers and atomic clocks, the speed of light is known with such incredible accuracy that it's now a defined constant in the international system of units. Exactly 299,792,458 meters per second. And it's used to define the meter itself, making it one of the most rigorously established numbers in all of physics. I'm gonna do it.
So if that number's fake and that number's bullshit, that means anything that they're looking up there in space, they don't know anything at all. They know nothing. It's all bullshit.
So what about GPS satellites, medical imaging, fiber optics? Are they all fake as well? Because the idea that these interconnected systems, which all work flawlessly by the way, are based on a fake number for the light of speed is completely crazy. Light of speed? I'm sure I meant speed of light. It requires dismissing not just astrophysics, but electrical engineers, communication specialists, and every piece of technology built on these fundamental principles.
Technology. What is that all about?
And as Simon Dan would say, and in this case I concur, oh dear.
There is no space, guys. It doesn't exist. It's a figment of your imagination. It's an amazing light show up there. It really is.
That was very good, CC Light Show. I see what you did there, you old silver fox, you. But to suggest that space, this vast expanse containing planets, stars, galaxies, and everything we observe beyond Earth's atmosphere is merely a figment of your imagination is, well, it's quite a claim to make, while presumably living under a sky filled with actual celestial objects.
And it actually does look like there's stars and planets and all these beautiful things people make up to make you think you're on this planet and that you're revolving around at 1,000 miles per hour and everything is hunky-dory and we're flying through space and we don't have to worry about any fucking meteors hitting us.
Now, I feel it would be remiss of me not to say, what? We don't have to worry about meteors hitting us? Yeah, tell that to the dinosaurs, pal.
You know, the ISS is up there. They don't have to worry about any micrometeors. They're just bouncing around in their khakis and a t-shirt.
No, well, it is true that the astronauts on the ISS aren't constantly dodging giant asteroids like something out of a sci-fi movie. The idea that they don't have to worry about space debris or micrometeors is absolutely false. The ISS is not a thin tin can. It's built with multiple layers of shielding, including the Whipple shield. And this involves an outer bumper layer that vaporizes or breaks up incoming particles, and then subsequent layers that absorb the energy of the expanding cloud. The design is specifically engineered to protect against impacts from small, high-velocity debris.
Oh, no. No, it's not true, guys. It's complete bullshit. So where's your proof?
What, that space is real? Well, just wait until it gets dark, go outside your house and look up. Because the burden of proof when it's you claiming that virtually all of established science and observable reality is complete BS and a figment of our imaginations, well then the burden of proof really falls on you because you were the one making that extraordinary claim.
I know one thing though, that every single scientist out there is an absolute liar because the speed of light is undeterminable, okay? You cannot determine the speed of light. And there's nothing up there at all that can be determined of how old it is. So if you believe in space and you believe in this bullshit, you are gone, okay? Enjoy it. I enjoy it, love it. Think that you're going to go to Mars and Pluto and how's that cartoon, how's Pluto doing?
He's really married to that all scientists are absolute liars because the speed of light is undeterminable and cosmic ages can't be known, isn't he? Now, if I can make an effort, why can't he?
I want to get into mud flood real quick with you.
Yeah, why not?
And the age of these rocks that are around. That scientists want you to believe are 50 trillion years old or 50 billion or 50 million years old or whatever ridiculous thing that they come up with.
Right, go on then. We can do it.
I was looking at an article and it was a archaeologist. And it's in YouTube. It's somewhere in YouTube, somewhere.
Can you imagine how funny this will be if it turns out that the archaeologist on YouTube is Roger from Mud Fossil University?
There was he was looking for ancient artifacts, you know, well, I'm going to say they're called civilizations, okay? Because that's what we're looking at when people are digging up this shit. Ancient civilizations that have been reset.
Ah, Chris, that was going so well, and then you used the reset word at the end of your sentence. Damn.
He was looking at, he got there was a picture of limestone, okay? And the limestone actually grew around this rock.
No, that's absolutely fine. I can stay cool, calm and collected no matter what Chris throws at me. Now, when he says limestone seemingly growing around a rock, implying rapid formation disputes Earth's age, he's actually misrepresenting a common geological process called concretion and incrustation. And this is where minerals precipitate around an existing object, which can happen relatively quickly on a small scale. But this localized chemical process doesn't invalidate the vast timescales evident in global sedimentary rock layers or radiometric dating.
These are rocks that you're looking at? God, no, are they trees? I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, a truer word was never uttered by a single flat earther, Chris.
I don't know. I don't know. I could come up with 50 million explanations for it.
Well, we've covered a fair bit of ground today, dissecting some truly unique perspectives with what I hope was a bit more calm. Yeah, I'm experimenting with a slightly different tone here, still grounded in scientific facts, plenty of reality checking, and hopefully still funny, but maybe a touch more approachable. So I'm curious, what did you all think of the new Karma Creaky? Did this presentation style still hit the mark for you? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow night at 7 PM for Creaky Blinder Live. Love you. Bye.
That's all, folks.
I almost forgot with all this calm, creaky stuff. What does an Irishman call 66% of a poo? 2 turds.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever.